response can't be do nothing. Our adversaries are going to continue to be on the march as long as we let them.
So this is a direct test of the Biden administration to trying to see what the limits are, and it's a message of their displeasure, but more importantly, I think it's a test to see if we'll respond to it.
This is a test of the emergency Soviet system. The stakes obviously enormous. The slightest miscalculation could provoke World War III. So what do we do about this drone incident? Here with me now to discuss, California Republican congressman who happens to be on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. He knows a thing or two about this. He's been in the neighborhood a while. Darrell Issa is back. Welcome back, sir.
Well, thanks for having me back. And let's remember that this isn't the first time we've covered up World War III or an attack on the United States. All the way back in the Korean conflict, the Soviets brought their MiGs into battle clandestinely, and they had their Soviet pilots trying to down our pilots in the 1952 period to try to even the score, unsuccessfully, by the way. But at the end of the day, the Russians will continue to probe and escalate where they can, and the Biden administration is going to continue to talk. And Kennedy, I got to tell you, when we send the bill for that damaged aircraft, $32 million is what the airplane cost before we put over $100 million of the kind of equipment that one had on it.
Well, that's really expensive, but that's part of where our money is going, and it is certainly a risky proposition. But, you know, my question is, looking at this, obviously, you know, Sting once said, I hope the Russians love their children too. I don't think Russia wants to get in a hot war with the United States, just as we know it's not good for business for us. So why is Russia being provocative? Is it a distraction? What do they get out of it?
Well, what they get out of it is they're brushing us back, the same as a baseball player who's too close to the mound and the batter finds a ball heading for his chest. They're using techniques to try to distract us, to push us back, to see if, in fact, they can get us to do less for the Ukrainians. But look, we're being tested there. We're being tested in the Pacific. If we don't react in a measured and appropriate way here, we could well end up with a situation with Taiwan or Japan. We do have a two-front situation. And by the way, that does not include the global war on terror. That does not include all the stuff we've been doing the last 20 years. This is old-fashioned Cold War jousting. And so far, we're not living up to the Reagan motto of peace through strength. We're not showing strength.
I don't know that anyone is Reagan anymore. I certainly don't trust this administration on foreign policy. But I tend to agree more with Ron DeSantis here in terms of Ukraine when he says, you know, this is a regional conflict. Why are we sending a blank check with zero accountability? There's a lot of risk for us in that.
Well, there's no question at all that the handling of the war has already meant that more Ukrainians have died, more time has gone by without a decisive outcome to it. Had we pushed the kind of munitions and capability early on in there, this could have, in fact, rolled the Russians back. Instead, we're playing standstill, almost like World War I. And that means that people on both sides are dying. No particular great amount of territories being taken or lost. But when I was in Ukraine just a couple weeks ago, I looked at 67,000 names that have lost their lives to the Russians so far. That's a wall that is greater than our entire 20-year Vietnam War, and of course 10 times greater than what we lost in Afghanistan and Iraq. So the Ukrainians are bleeding, and we're providing them just enough to not lose, but not enough to push the Russians out.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, and that is the shame of it all, because we are giving them just enough. So they'll have 60,000 more names on that list by this time next year, and that is a grave tragedy. Congressman Issa, I appreciate your international travels and reporting back, and hopefully using your power for good and not evil. Thank you.
Thank you, Kennedy.